Hey everyone, Richard here at Calvin Wazoo, and I've been vinyl shopping again. Oh my, yeah. Went to the record store the other day and I found stuff I wanted. Well, we'll go through these quickly. Some of these I'll probably end up doing a uh, more deeply involved video, but right now I just wanted to show you what I got. So off right off here we've got. I mean, look at that album cover. Korbin. Never heard of Korbin? They're from Texas. Kind of a world music, Middle Eastern jazzy kind of sound. It's the very cool stuff. But here, take the wax out. Mordecai is the name. But again, I mean, just really fantastic album artwork. This is my third Korbin release, and really, really like their stuff. So there's that one, and where am I going to put where am I put this? Didn't clear my space first. Ooh. And then, oh yeah, yep, this one. All right, so this is Don Caballero, and it's a double album. So, and the labels say nothing. The album says nothing. It's Don Caballero 2. This is my second Don Caballero album. Really amazing, what they call math rock, but very, just really, it's the kind of music that, you start getting into, and just when you think you've found the downbeat or the rhythm, it shifts on you. And you can even get these sections where each instrument is like playing in a different time signature, and then they all meet up, and then they'll kind of play in the same time, but it'll change again just as you get used to it. I have learned with Don Caballero, with some math rock bands, it's either the rhythm is going to be led by the drummer or it will be led by the bass player. And listening to Don Caballero, I'm finding that the bass player is the rhythm to kind of zero in on to kind of keep your focus with the song. This is an instrumental. It's a double album, and it's all instrumental. It's just super fantastic. I'm really digging Don Caballero. If you like the complexity, for example, of King Crimson in their middle years, or you like Sonic Youth because of the guitar fuzz and distortion, the combination of those two is kind of what you get with Don Caballero. It's just brilliant, brilliant stuff. Also, last time I did this, I bought a White Stripes album, and I bought one by mistake. This was one that was on my want list, and I bought another one, and that was a mistake, but I really, really liked that. So they have moved higher up on my list for priority. So this is their debut, the White Stripes. Again, just killer, basic, electric fuzz blues. This one I saw, and I was very intrigued with it. So Fleetwood Mac, before the beginning. So these are live recordings from 1968. It's a triple album. It's not cheap, okay? You know, it's yeah, it's not cheap. It's not hugely expensive. It's not like you're paying $20 per album, okay? It's going to be less than that when you break the cost down to, for 3 albums. But it's still pricey. And there's some great stuff on here. Really great live recordings. But you really need to be probably a hardcore early Fleetwood Mac, Peter Green years to really appreciate it, because there are some flaws with this album, in particular the sound mixing. And I'm not talking about, the sound engineers who mixed this release, because I think this was put together in 2018 or not too long ago. I'm talking about the original soundboard people at these shows back in 1968. Either the band was playing with equipment they were unfamiliar with, using somebody else's soundboard, or the people who were managing the soundboard were not the regular crew that normally goes with Fleetwood Mac, or they just didn't know what they were doing. They were high, drunk, or something, because there's just a lot of really bad mixing. Like, for some reason, the harmonica is always out in front. There's no good balance between the different musicians or instruments. And in particular, for many of the tracks, it seems like there was something wrong with the mic, with the drums, because while the cymbals were coming through clear, the snare, every time the snare was hit, you just get this crackly distortion, every time. And then sometimes the vocals are like way in the back. You can barely hear Peter Green, but the guitar and bass are coming through really quite clear. So yeah, there's some issues with the original mix from that soundboard that even the best of production crews could not eliminate in producing this. But having said that, if you are really a diehard Fleetwood Mac fan, and also, Peter Green fan in particular, this is worth the expense. Some really choice jams. And then I also, I like classical or orchestral music. So I picked up a couple also of these. So this is Boulez, who Boulez conducted some music by Frank Zappa, orchestral music by Frank Zappa. And this one is, he's conducting a piece by Stravinsky, Le Sacre du Printemps. And Stravinsky was a major influence on Zappa's work. So I just thought it was cool that Boulez was conducting this piece. Sounds really, really good. And then I like violin and piano concertos. And so got this one, Paganini. They had 2 of them. They had the violin concerto number 1 and then number 2. And, even though they're usually pretty cheap, orchestral and classical music albums in many record stores are going to be in excellent, near mint condition, and they're going to be fairly cheap, just because they're not a big seller. And this was like $4, something like that. And but anyway, I didn't know which one to get, so even they were only $4. With all this other stuff, man, I knew I was racking up some cash. So you did a quick Google about, difference between 1 and 2, which was supposedly better. And they said, what I found was that number 2 was considered perhaps the more challenging violin concerto. So I got that one, and it's super solid. It's just amazing. I do like orchestral music, and in particular violin and piano concertos. I do like cello suites also. Anyway, that's new stuff I got from the record store. What have you been buying lately? Eh? Got any new gems you might want to share or talk about? Any comments about any of these? I will. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm gonna post some other information in the Down Under, particularly about Don Caballero. So be sure to check that out. You should check them out also. Leave a comment, like, subscribe to my channel, but please remember, always enjoy your music.